I mean, I haven't taken that time, and I'm always distracting myself with everything, and I continue to do so, like with immediate things that come up, when I know I should probably devote more time to being with myself and asking. I mean, I think this, for me right now, it's sort of, what do I want to teach my girls? What are the values that I want to teach them? My name is Cindy Lithimbi Ondego. I am from Mombasa. I find that quite a difficult question to answer sometimes. I was born in Mombasa. My parents are not from Mombasa, but I identify with Mombasa being my home. Happiest memories from my childhood, or one of, is definitely riding. I used to horse ride a lot. My dad used to take me on Saturday and Sunday afternoons when he was very, very tired, but he'd find it in him to drive the 45 minutes to Kikambala to take me riding, wait for 3 hours and bring me back. So I'd say that's one of the highlights. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two little girls, Samara and Malia, who are 1.5 and 3.5. I'm now a business owner as well. I have a co-working space called Mombasa Works. I'm also a development consultant. I think it's experiencing things that are new, the position that I'm forced to be in, and that's one of humility and forced to be curious about things. I love learning new things from new people. So I think new environments, that really lights my soul on fire. I think not being listened to. As a mom of 2 young kids now, like especially a toddler. Yeah, but also as a wife, yeah, you know, I think that's one of the things that makes my blood boil. I think increasingly injustice, like social injustice, the basic rights of people being revoked, or them not having access to things like good health care, their voice. And I think when a person has privilege and doesn't use it for the advantage of others, or doesn't recognize that they're privileged, and then also doesn't put that to the use of people around them. Mombasa Works is a co-working space that I opened up last year. And I did it, one of the major reasons I did it was to demonstrate that Mombasa is working. I myself was working full-time here on a development project, and I found I was always on the side of the conversation that was about identifying the problems within Mombasa, within the entrepreneurial ecosystem, education, government. And when that contract closed, the project closed, and that came to an end, and I did some independent work, and I sort of realized that, well, this is my home. I've been living back here for the last 6 years. I didn't want to be on the side of pointing out problems, as important as that work is as well, identifying problems and potential solutions. I mean, I wanted to be on the side of, providing the solution, however small it might be. And that's why Mombasa Works came to be. It's that we're always complaining of there's not this resource, there's not this restaurant, there's nothing to do or whatever. And one of the things was, where do people go and work, like who don't have a full-time job? Where do young entrepreneurs go? Where is the community of young independent professionals and entrepreneurs? And there are several in Mombasa, but I also wanted to create a physical space. And so Mombasa Works is a physical space where people can come and work, where people can meet and engage with other people who are living and working here in industries that are outside of like the dominant sectors of tea and tourism and trade, port logistics. And and then through that demonstrate that there are vibrant ecosystems here of entrepreneurs, of independence, and that Mombasa is working in its own way, and it doesn't look like Nairobi, nor does it look like Kilifi or Machakos or anywhere else. It looks like Mombasa. And that's not glorifying Mombasa to say that there isn't still things to be done in the ecosystem, but it is recognizing that something does exist. And it's my small way of investing in my home and the community that I belong to. Yeah. Every person who comes into the space and finds a home in it, or finds a home for their venue, for their event, every single person just confirms that there was a need, and there is a need for them to find somewhere to work, to meet other people, to host their events. I'm really committed to learning and figuring out whether there is something that I need differently, or my whole I would say philosophy in some ways is progress over perfection. I think I would probably go back to school, and do medicine. It's something that I started off in my sort of high school years of, that's what I wanted to do, and somewhere along the way, I think I had a career advisor tell me that I think it was nursing or something that he said I should go into, and then I was really bad at chemistry, and then somewhere along the way it just kind of fell off. And then I was also very passionate about animals, so I thought, oh, maybe this is the... But my whole experience, first of all, giving birth to two girls now, that ignited something in me that I still don't know what and how it came about, but definitely a passion for the provision of good healthcare. And I feel like I'm not quite sure how that ties into being a doctor, but somehow, obviously, doctors provide good healthcare, not always good, but I think that's what I'd be doing. I think that it is just like a really heavy emotion that is unnecessary. I think that would be I feel that, everything happens for a reason, and there's something to learn from everything that happens. I think there have been situations that have been very painful that, I'd probably say that I regret it, but I think in the benefit of hindsight and now as I've gotten a little bit older, I think it's brought about feelings of fear and how I would have been perceived in that particular situation, which says more about my own fears and insecurities than they do about the actual whatever event that arose. I think I would probably broaden it to all people, and not just people who live and work in Mombasa or the ones that I've engaged with. I think it's a sense, knowing who you are, what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I feel like doing that work, that difficult work of, looking within yourself to be able to answer those questions, I feel that is what holds most people back. It certainly held me back held me back to the extent where before I actually have done something, is that I haven't taken that time, and I'm always distracting myself with everything, and I continue to do so, like with immediate things that come up, when I know I should probably devote more time to being with myself and asking. I think this, for me right now, it's sort of, what do I want to teach my girls? What are the values that I want to teach them? And how am I building my home to be able to do that? But those are difficult, tough questions when there's kids who are sick and business that needs to be run. But actually, I think we all need to learn to slow down, to be a bit more present, a bit more comfortable with ourselves, to identify what it is that makes us tick, and where it is that we are meant to have impact whilst we're here on this earth, with the gifts that God has given us. And I think if we step aside from the distractions and all the noise that is constantly around us, we we can actually begin to identify what that is. So I think that is what holds everybody back, irrespective of age and class and ethnicity and location, yeah.